Well, I'm a little nervous. I don't really want to reveal this, so I'm going to anyways. I promised yesterday in my video, if you're following along, I've been doing these Facebook Live 21-day video challenges, and I'm on day 20, I think, and tomorrow's day 21. And I've been on this thread of sharing more of what has been downloading for me in regards to the new economy and the new currency and how I've been manifesting things and all sorts of really cool stuff. And yesterday I got all bold and was like, I'm going to talk about pussy today. Well, it's 10:30 here on the West Coast. And I've had a crazy day, but it's been a perfect excuse to not shoot this video. But I'm committed for 2 more days to do these videos. I may continue, I may not, I'm not sure. And I did promise that I would talk about pussy. Now, what's the big pussy reveal? For those of you that are familiar with me, you know that I have been a long time women's empowerment support, guide, coach, mentor. And I've been doing that work for 15 plus years. And I've always been all about the depth of women knowing, loving, honoring, and awakening her truest self and living in that fullest expression. And a couple of years ago, I got connected into the whole Mama Gina School of Women in the Arts school. And I started to understand that you can't actually empower women fully. There's only so far that we can go without bringing her into right relationship with her pussy. And I was really turned off by that at first before I understood that, because I thought that the talk of pussy and the idea of that was very sexualized and very reptilian brain. And I was like, no. I am all about the spiritual aspect of women and the embodiment aspect of women, but I'm not about that as a sexual thing. That's a whole other thing. That's not me. Meanwhile, I've actually had a video that has gone viral since 2008 talking about female ejaculations, which is like, hello. I mean, I've had 6 million plus views on that very video. If you Google Sierra Sullivan female ejaculations, you can see that video. It's a silly video. Don't get too excited, people. But it's been a calling for me to help women in some way with the power of their pussy. And I'm not going to share all that story. That's a whole long story. Go Google the video and you can get a sense of that. But what I want to reveal tonight is how I awoken to a deeper part of what I'm being called to offer in the world and how I've been serving women in that way. And I never thought that this would happen, although those people who have been closest to me and know me are not surprised. But there was, as I blew up my brand, I was teaching a course called Fun, Fabulous, and Feminine. It was a 3-day live event. In fact, I'm actually resurrecting it at the end of this year in December. I've got invited to a multiversity to teach it, so that's kind of funny that I'm resurrecting it. But I blew up my brand because I wasn't happy with the model that I'd chosen in which to bring my work to the world. And I was killing myself once again to support women to not kill themselves in the world. So I was a little out of alignment, mostly. And I was like, well, who am I without this? And so I took a full year, really, of sabbatical to just peel away all of the patriarchal need to do and all the ways that I've been taught to build a business and really just become more of who I am and just model instead of trying to go out there and tell you what you're supposed to do or brand myself as something or teach all these courses when I wasn't fully. I was 85 to 90% living it. Anyways, so I had that big blow up of my brand and was like, all right, I'm nobody, I'm nothing, I'm not going to be anything, I'm not going to build this business, I'm going to get clear on who is here and who am I supposed to be and what's my service to the world and how is it supposed to look and it needs to be different and I'm not available to do it in the old way, so I'm open and ready and spirit, please show me the way. Well, wouldn't you know it? A few things happened along the way and I don't have time to get into it all tonight and I'll probably share in various forms at different places. There's a big, long, crazy story and things that you wouldn't even believe. But the long and the short of it is one fateful night, ironically, happened to be on the eve of Regina, Mama Gina's book launch. I found myself facilitating a couples experience, an overnight experience for couples and a few single women. And throughout the course of the night, some things came up, and this conversation about pussy worship came around. And I was called by Spirit to support the women who were there in reclaiming their pussy. It didn't quite happen like, oh, I'm going to help women reclaim their pussy. But what ended up actually happening through a series of interesting things, I had this pussy worship station set up in this gorgeous temple space that we had created for a previous 3-day women's retreat that I had hosted prior to this secondary retreat I was hosting, overnight retreat. And it was, but I don't even know how that happened. I do, but again, I don't need to tell you all those details. But what ended up happening was there was a woman who was attending, who I didn't know very well. I didn't know her story. And she was, I said, hey, if you want to get your pussy worshipped, it's in there. And I was being silly. I was actually being more tongue-in-cheek than anything. I was just being more playful. But she said, yes, I'd like that. And I was like, okay. And we went into the temple that we had created, and I brought her. All of a sudden, I was very clear that I was in a place of service in a way that I had never been asked to be of service before. And I did not know what was going on with this woman at all, but I proceeded to download a very specific healing ritual for her that I didn't even know she needed to the depth of what she needed. And I was guided to support her in a full-on pussy reclamation ritual. Turns out this woman had some scar tissue on her inner labia as a result of trauma, self-induced self-mutilation as a result of some trauma, the sexual trauma that she had experienced as a younger woman, and had a lot of shame around it. And that's what I found myself in the middle of. And it was this profoundly powerful experience for she and I guided her through this now process that I'm clear I'm meant to bring to the world and have been bringing to the world. So that's kind of my reveal. I'm starting to bring pussy reclamation ritual work into the world. And I really helped her completely release the last remnants of that trauma and reclaim herself and her whole glorious self. And now she has launched into a whole new elevated place in her world and her offerings and her business. And of all the 15 years of personal development work that I've done with women, I find that it's not that easy to shift women into self-love. And yet this woman had done a ton of work, and she was so ready and ripe, and all of it is compounded. You know, it becomes this moment where all of a sudden you get the breakthrough. But what I was clear on is that nothing holds a torch to, or whatever the expression is, the moment where she transformed, because she was able to reclaim the most potent portal of all portal. Pussy is the portal of life. It is the portal of life. And when women are in denial or in shame or in disconnect from that place, we actually can't access our power in fullest, and we can't access the divinity, and we can't actually even bring the fullness of femininity to the world. It's not possible. We can only go so far. And that's what I had reached. I had only gone so far. And I was like, there's got to be more. What's happening? That's why I blew up my brand. And what I'm realizing now is that I am meant to serve women in this way, to reclaim themselves, trauma or no trauma, to reconnect at the deepest level in the most sacred way, to understand, know, see, and claim herself, all of herself, especially her pussy. And who would have thought? Maybe you all would have thought, but I didn't think that. I was like, not me. That's for Mama Gina or anybody else, but not me. And clearly it's my path. It's my path. And so I'm kind of, what I mean is I'm revealing this because I haven't come out publicly with this. I've played in different realms. I've offered a few fun things called Pussy Church, which is like more of a tongue-in-cheek opening conversation. But I have never really put publicly, and never on Facebook, the deeper work that I do and the deeper opportunity for women to be in sacred space with me and have this opening and rite of passage. So I'm coming out. I'm not coming out as a big old brand on this because this is so sacred. I don't want to turn it into some big, three-ring circus, bells and whistles, look at me, I got this brand, because I'm over that. I'm done with that part of my life. and I am of service. And when women call and need this kind of support, I'm available. And Temple happens when women seek me out and request this. So there was actually supposed to be a temple tonight, but it was bad timing and I had too much going on to create it, but there will be one soon. And if you are curious and you want to know more and this sparked any interest in you, you can go to sierrajsullivan.com and you can opt in and get a 2-hour masterclass that I've recorded talking all about the depth of this work and why it's important. And that'll put you in the list for future gatherings and things and ways to connect with me. And that'll offer you an opportunity to be part of a Facebook group that's growing called the Pussy Collective. And this is for women only, guys. Women only. No guys get to get in there. No pun intended. But this is for the sake of all men and women on this planet. This work is divine rite of passage for this planet. And it's my greatest honor to be of service in this way. I'm learning that just like we have information in our palms, and that can give us a map or iridology or faceology or whatever, those are Chinese face reading. There is also information, an imprint of a woman's archetypal essences, design, history, knowledge that's in her pussy. And as I do these workshops, they're not workshops, when I do these divine rites of sacred passage with these women, I'm super clear that each woman's pussy has a story to tell, and I'm starting to offer pussy oracle readings as this is evolving. So this is super vulnerable to be putting this out like this because it's been this very private thing, and I haven't really been as willing to share this with the world, but I was like, what the heck, like, here I am, I'm coming out, I'm a pussy oracle, and I'm here to serve humanity and serve women and help women really love and honor and know themselves at the deepest level and find their power and own their sacredness and own their universe and bring more of that love and power and beauty and unabashed, pleasureful, sexy, sacred awesomeness to the world and support all of you men and have great partnerships and great relationships and great connections and great sex and great everything. So there you have it. I've come out. Anyways, I welcome your feedback, your thoughts, and you can check out sierrajsullivan.com, and you can check out that 2-hour class that I pre-recorded, and let me know if I can serve you in any way. So that's it. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. I guess we had some. Jill Dane, I just binge watched all day 4 of the steps to. Oh, awesome! Yay! Oh, yay, Jill! Thank you. Yeah, Jill's talking about my Art of Effortless Feminine Manifestation free course that I taught. That is definitely a great way to up your ante and become more feminine and have everything you desire with way less effort. So thanks for doing that, Jill. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so excited. And you can check out that course too for all of you ladies that are looking for that. The link for that is lifestylized.com/manifestation videos. Lifestylized, STYLIZED, lifestylized.com/manifestation videos. Check it out. If the pussy thing's a little bit like, woo, I don't know about that, go check out the manifestation videos. It's a good place to start. And then eventually I might have you reclaiming your divine portal. Who knows? All right, everybody. Have a fabulous Saturday night. Thanks so much for watching.